thing you really need to know is those two plugins for the chemical pumps are fed from the control panel, and they're only fused at about 2 amps a piece. One half is switched to turn the pumps on and off, the control panel, the other two are on all the time. But don't plug grinders and drills and this problem. That plug and that plug are out of the lighting panel on a 15 amp breaker, so they're good general use. This is the heat trace for the heating in this room. One's connected, this one is a spare. There's your temperature control. The heat is controlled from this. All it is the temperature sensor. The heat's turned on and off by the RTD for the slab here. It's tied into a relay and a control panel that's fail-safe that will shut the power off on high temp. The exhaust fan in this room is interlocked with the lights. As well as you can flip it from auto to manual. They stay on all the time. All the exhaust fans are the same way. Emergency light up there. All fans and dampers have a local disconnect, so if you guys got to service them. You get the disconnect as well. And then I've gone through labeled. Circuit 21 is the main feed for this fan. C's are all control wiring back to the control panel. Just for the low tank alarms are all tied into these, so you get an alarm back to the control panel if anything goes wrong with these. And that's it. That's pretty much this room.
Then I is
instrument, C is control. So control is a 120 volt control that pulls that contactor out. Instrument is a analog signal. That'll be for the pump speeds or for the fault indication back to the control panel. Emergency lights are tied on with the general lighting circuit, so you can lights or just lights come on. You'll have to turn the main breaker off the temp step. We've got exhaust fan, same as the aquarium, hand off auto. They're tied in, all these exhaust fans in here are tied on with sensors to the control panel. You can adjust the set points in the control panel. When you want warmer or colder. Backwash control panel. Circuit 11 feeds that out of the lighting panel. Turn power off to that to service it. Unit heaters. The local disconnect for each of those, they're going to be replaced. Although there is a 120 volt, we call it for that. There is 2 wires associated with that for the control. There is no thermostat, it's all controlled from the panel. When you pull that disconnect, kill part of that, you can take them down and change them all. Same with that one. Mover again, that's no local disconnect, you have to change the actuator. You've got 2 level for the pressure transmitters, one for raw water, one for discharge pressure. Not much to do with those, we'll go back. There is on them, they're labeled, the blue is an isolation valve, the red in the back in front of this one is the bleed. So you can just pull this plug, and you can just bleed any air on the lines.
the same idea that's up at the reservoir in the
exact same transmitter.
Okay.
So same thing, just go ahead and pull the plug, crack the red valve to bleed any air out of the lines. And, that's generally you just plug, a few of them around. That's your flow meter. We'll give you flow on this screen as well as the control panel. And there's going to be hot water tanks selected. Intrusion alarm system. It's been set up, but there's no access codes in it. You guys have to get a hold of Sage. They can program all your guys' user codes into it.
They left that program code there for us. So.
Yeah, there's a master code and then an installer's code you guys can use for the time being. It will give signal back to the band whether there's been a fire or intrusion or it's set up as a man down. You come in and key your code in and then you don't key out in several hours, that's an alarm in case something's happened, somebody's gone down the corridor or something, or somebody's here.